She's going to be doing that.
Well, hello there. How are you guys? We're
we're really good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll just continue to start on, and she'll join us here shortly. So, thank you. What time is it in England? Are you in England, right?
Yeah, 8 p.m. 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Wow, that's crazy. Nope. I'm from Arizona, so it's 1 o'clock right now. So in the afternoon. Well, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Okay. Do you want to
start? Well, Ruth and Jamie.
Yeah.
And we are a husband and wife team, paranormal investigators.
That's right.
And we're called Paranormal Truth. The name sort of stems from my name.
Yeah, it works really well, obviously, using a Ruth in Truth, doesn't it? So we thought, why not? It works perfectly. So what we're trying to do and what we set out to do, and is that obviously trying to find the truth behind the paranormal. So it really rings true, really, to what we want to get to the bottom of.
On both spectrums, I love it.
Yeah. And that's it. And we've been doing it sort of going out investigating what we'd say properly a couple of years. We've always been interested in, obviously, the paranormal when we were kids, haven't we?
Yeah.
As you say, from all the books that we used to have when we were growing up in primary school, and all the mysterious photos from the 1930s and 40s, if they were real, if they weren't, it always got that intrigue of what was going on that made a sort of curious mind want to know more. So that was me, and watching Scooby-Doo and things like that always put me in that I want to do things like that as well. So that was me kicking off on the paranormal, and you were slightly different with your dad, weren't you?
Yeah, it was. My dad was like a massive influence, really, because I think he was a skeptical believer. He used to sit and tell me stories and things like that when I was a little girl. I can remember him telling me about he woke up one time when he was and he dismissed it saying I think I was asleep, but he woke up one night and his dad, my granddad, passed away when my dad was 14.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And he said he woke up and he was sitting on the end of his bed, but he sort of dismissed it, said, I was probably just dreaming still or something. But I think he did actually see, and he used to talk about lots of other things, and he had this I don't know where it is. I've got the book. He had this book.
Ghost of Britain, isn't it?
Ghost, yeah. Great Ghosts of Britain. Oh, that's our bell gone off. And
this bell's going off. I love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was fascinated with this book, and it had all, like the well-known pictures of famous hauntings in it, and again.
It's a spirit.
We've just got it on in the background.
Yeah, I love it.
Because my dad, God bless him, he passed away. It's just over 7 years ago.
Him.
Yeah, it could be.
And he is here.
He is in this house.
I've been told by several different people. I'm Barry. You know Barry John?
Yep, yeah. Barry John. Yeah.
Yeah. Not just Barry, but other people. But when Barry came to the house, it was like, your dad, I'm going off on a tangent. So Barry also confirmed my dad is around. And sometimes we do at home investigations.
Yeah, we just do. Yeah, we've got a few items out, and which we can talk about in a little while, don't we? We'll
Yeah.
get little items out and just do little sort of half an hour snippets, or maybe we tend to go a little bit longer. But
my dad was a huge influence, and also when I was a little girl, I used to hear my name being called a lot. I can remember being laying in bed one time and I felt somebody like grab my legs. I can remember looking out the window on another occasion into our back. It was like a yard. And the house that we live in, it's, how can I explain it the best? Have you ever seen Coronation Street?
I've not. Have you, Chrissy?
A well-known UK soap.
Yeah, the class is terrace houses,
terraced
so they're called
houses.
2 up, 2 down. So normally you've got like a parlour or a dining room in the front, a living room in the back,
and then like
and two bedrooms, and then they've converted into a kitchen at the back and a bathroom. So they're quite narrow, sort of
just rows of
houses all joined together. Yeah,
and it was that kind of house, and we had just like a yard. And I can remember looking out the window, and I suppose it's the phenomenon, it's the black hat man.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw that. But at the time, I didn't know what it was. It was just like a black figure with like the hat looked like a trilby almost. And I thought it was my dad. But it wasn't, because then he sort of like knocked on my bedroom door and opened it and talked to me. And I was like, oh, no, that wasn't my dad. So there was certain experiences when I was a child growing up, and the voices used to frighten me. So I don't know if I sort of like blocked things,
suppressed it a little bit.
Yeah, because it used to scare me a bit. So that's basically us, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
so
yeah. And we got together about 8 years ago, and we just started like. Looking around as you do for things to do, and we noticed locally in our area in Doncaster, one of the places that you really love going to, they were doing a haunted ghost night, just everyone public event. So we went there, and I had already planned certain things to happen when I was there, or hopefully something was going to happen. And during the course of the evening, we did table tipping and a few things like that. The table was moving around, and you got sort of... I
was quite freaked out.
Yeah, you got kneed in the back.
I did. Yeah. I forgot about that.
So that was obviously something we never experienced before. So you'd actually got touched by a ghost.
Yeah, we were sitting on a wooden bench, and behind us, because it was like a museum, like an old stately home, but it's now a museum. And it's like a Georgian house, isn't it?
Yeah, Cusworth Hall, isn't it, in Doncaster?
And the bench we were sitting on, directly behind us was like a huge sort of
big display cabinet,
like a perspex. So the gap behind us was literally like that.
No room for anybody to be standing behind you.
And I felt somebody kneel, and I felt their body. I felt that. That's the best way I can explain it. It felt like somebody put the knee behind my backside, and then I felt, and I jumped up and I went, "There's someone behind me."
And that was early doors. That was like half an hour into the evening. So we were called, this is great. This is like our first sort of experience of a public event, and all this is going off. We had people with cat balls were flashing off in the distance, and Ouija boards were moving around in another area at some point, and we were going, "Oh wow, this is great." But you were getting a little bit.
I did get a little bit freaked out, a bit
overwhelmed by it all, I think. But I was planning on the second after the break, when it was pitch black in a room and the lights had gone off, and it was time to do another seance. I was going to propose a question for Ruth to marry me. But she got really sort of stressed out, so I had to bring her out of the room and just said, "Oh, calm down, take a big breath, close your eyes," and then I had the ring ready. And then when she opened back out again, I said,
it was a light up box."
It's a light up box, because I thought it'd be pitch black.
That is so sweet. I love it.
I don't get freaked out like that anymore. I'm okay now.
So that started off, obviously, us as a couple, as well as like, well, we settled down for about 6 months or so, a year, didn't we? And then we thought, let's go out around our local area in Yorkshire and we went out with a few different people and a few different groups, but small groups on a public, on a private rather than a public. And we got a feel for that, saying, "Yeah, we can do this. We can go off and just do it togetgether." And
it becomes very addictive, doesn't it? You know, when you start.
It does, very much so.
Yeah, so that was us doing that on our own, and then locally there were some parameets, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Locally, and we turned up to one of those, which was just on our doorstep, about 20 minutes away, and that's when we felt there's a community as well that we could get involved with, and that's where we met Jacqueline Dixon.
That's where we met Jackie for the first time.
Yeah, and she talked our ears off for about half an hour as soon as we opened the door.
Before we even got into the
main arena,
we were just standing talking to Jackie, weren't we? And I just thought, she's awesome. I really like her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it sort of like then clicked a little bit that, yeah, you're not on your own. There is people out there. There is ways in which you can communicate, and just even if people have got totally different views of everything, then it's a platform where you can obviously understand where they're coming from, respect it, try and relate to it, or obviously put your opinions across, but in a nice environment, which that's what we find now, is that we can go off and do it ourselves, or we can meet up with different people in different locations, or it's just gone from there, hasn't it, really?
And it's like we've made some really great friends.
Yeah.
Met some really interesting people. It's just,
it's
like, I suppose we would call it like a hobby passion, isn't it? Now?
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's like we did do bits, you know, like a bit of TikTok live streaming, but to be honest, we've sort of coming away from that a bit because it takes away from
the investigation
and it's like we'd rather enjoy the investigation and focus on that than having to focus on, do you know what I mean? Like,
I totally agree with you. I've been on a couple like that where unfortunately sometimes like you don't have somebody that's on the same page as you are, obviously. And they're too busy with, you know, the TikTok video in their face talking when, you know, an EVP's running, or you might have the Ovilus going and you can't hear because this person's too much on their face on the phone. So it's, I'm the same way. I totally agree with you 100% on that one. You miss stuff. You miss evidence. And what are we in this for? We're in it for the evidence and the validation.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're finding that, and I think there's people out there now which we're realizing is that okay, it's entertainment, but they're having to say, or they need to say, it's entertainment purposes, or you need to say, right, we're in it to find out exactly what's going on. There might be a crossover between people that do entertainment and crossover, but I think the hardest is you get confusion then.
Yeah.
Who are you and what you're trying to do? So I think you need to maybe be one or the other as best you can to put it across. Like we're thinking when we can do the non-live, and then we can just show on TikTok our findings. Short snippet, and here you go. You can watch the longest version on YouTube because that's a full, or whatever platform you want. But there's ways and means to do a really good investigation and then show the proof and evidence afterwards. So I think that's where we're trying to move towards as best we can, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. Because
that gives you that nice balance then.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like the last investigation. I mean, it was a public event, but we didn't take lots of pictures of anything, really, did we?
No.
I suppose we could, you know, that was with Barry again and Jacqueline, and we could have gone off on our own if we wanted to. Because, you know, Barry's like, if you want to, but we didn't, did we? And we just enjoyed the investigation.
And enjoying the people that are there, because people, again, is like we were that time, the first time they've done a public event. So they're unsure, they don't know what to do, they might not know how to react. They might see a table moving around on its own or on one leg.
Freaked out like
and not know what's going on. So you're there to sort of obviously just guide them into it as well, which is quite enjoyable. Is just to don't worry about it too much. We can't exactly explain 100% what's going on there. There's lots of reasons why that's happening, and it's not always spiritual. It could be a few other things going off as well, but you can have that discussion and they go, oh, okay, then at least there's some logical discussion
explanation
as well. So
it's very nice that you guys are into the para unity, because from your website, from your website, that's what it was talking about. Last November, you went to a spirit fest where a bunch of just paranormal teams, UFOs, everybody come together, and that is really nice. We are having an event with one of our good friends in April. It's going to be first Paraunity that he's having. Is there any advice that you can give to the audience about the Paraunity? When they go to one, what should they expect?
Wow. Because I said it was Spook and Spirit Fest was the last one we did, which was the first organised event that we've been sort of semi-part of setting up as well. Yeah. We work with FX Paranormal, part of the team. And I think it's one, have Q&A at the end, or obviously, but be open to sort of any type of question that comes through. But be not kind, I suppose, kind and not dismissive of the question. Be sort of be open to why somebody might be thinking that. I suppose.
And
it's,
I suppose like people like that attend these kind of events, because obviously when we did the Spook and Spirit Fest, my throat's getting a bit tickly. With our friends FX Paranormal. Obviously, there was other, paranormal teams there, people for UFOs, all a whole mixed bag of different people. Well, then you get members of the public that go, because it piques their interest, and so I just sort of think go in with an open mind, really, because you're going to meet lots of different people, and hopefully a lot of like-minded people. So I just think, just go in with an open mind and just sort of just go with the flow, really.
Yeah, not judgmental. Just as you say, a lot of people have put a lot of hard work and time and effort and probably study and investigation into their field. Right. And to just go in and without that open mind to understand that, I think that's can be problematic. Yeah. So it's just respectful. If you don't believe, then so be it. But don't be overly sort of critical.
And also the same goes for the people that have organised, these kind of events, because they do take some organisation.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah.
And right. And
I see that it was like people of our interests of UFOs, elves, fairies, paganism, and other branches of the occult. So it's nice to know that everyone can come together and just unite.
Yeah.
That's really great. And you was also guest speakers at this event.
We were, yeah.
Yeah, it was our first
talk.
Yeah,
we were so nervous.
I bet.
But we did it.
We enjoyed ourselves once we were up there, as you do. So,
Once you got going.
Exactly. Yeah. So a bit of a mad session on the PowerPoint.
To be honest, we'd done a PowerPoint. Yeah. Sort of, slides and things. Yeah. But we didn't have like a script or anything, so we just ad-libbed it, I suppose.
A little bit, yes.
We just sort of wung it or winged it, as we say.
Yeah, right.
From the heart, from your heart and spirit.
Yeah. And it went well.
No, I think because we had a bit of evidence that we've captured over the years, so we were sort of showing that off. We were talking about our history. We were talking about our growing collection of dolls as well that somebody likes to collect out of the two of us, and of other items. So we mixed it around a little bit, just to want to represent ourselves, where we've come from. Obviously, the evidence that we don't know what the evidence is. We're not saying it's ghostly or paranormal, but we think there's something we can't explain in some of the things we've captured.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's why we're there, and that's why we're there to talk about. It's a show and tell, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it was just good fun, and as I say, hopefully we'll keep doing that. Maybe not every year, because we might not have a full presentation that's fresh, but it's good fun.
We have got Spook and Spirit Fest this year, but we're part of the organisers again, aren't we?
That's it.
So we probably are a bit more behind the scenes.
Yeah, if we have time,
because it's a bigger event this year, being the second one. So
right, good. Yeah, they typically will, when they're popular, start to grow. Which is nice. That's beautiful that you guys are doing that. I love that, because I don't know if you guys have it, but unfortunately, it seems like it's a very cutthroat industry, and it's very egotistical. There's jealousy. I mean, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So yeah,
yeah,
it's not. We've definitely felt that and come across it, and it's very hard not to comment on it.
Yeah.
And you try and make friends, and then you go, where have they gone to, or what's happened to them? And all of a sudden you've been really friendly, and then all of a sudden it's not anymore, and you don't. Well, what have we done? We've not done anything. And I think you sort of find that, and you think, well, so be it. We'll just continue doing what we're doing. Be as positive we can, treat people as we want to be treated, and that's all you can do, really.
Right.
And if people want to go in a different direction, then you can't control it, and it's not your.
Yeah, people are just going to do what they're going to do. So.
Right. Exactly. I agree.
So like on the Spook Spirit, as you say, the cross diversity I think really helps, because one, it educates everybody. It's like the one thing that we found on the first one is that the guy that was at the Priest Cottage in Leeds, which FX Paranormal was hosting an event from, he got up and did a speech, didn't he? He owns the building, and he has a carpet warehouse shop. But he was talking about his own beliefs in front of everybody, and it was the first time he's ever done a talk. And he stood up, had a microphone, and for half an hour he was talking.
He absolutely nailed it.
It was brilliant, but it was like something that you wouldn't have expected. But he educated probably everybody in that room.
Well, it was about his religion. And talking about jinns. And
talking about
like
jinns and
nice,
and what they believe in, and
it was really, really interesting.
Right.
Really, really good.
And that was what was beautiful about it, is the fact that you've got all the different things, and that all the different, like paganism and things like that were coming in, and there was talks about fairies or tarot card readings and all that, and the reason and the history behind them all. And then there was a junior paranormal team, weren't they?
They are called junior paranormal.
Yeah, so obviously with the younger generation now, which I think sometimes is key to bring the young people through as well, because as you say, that can be difficult. But in a really nice environment, which really helps, because obviously
it's very controlled. It's really, really good. They do some fantastic investigations.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
respectful. Yeah,
and I think that's the key, and I think that's what you want to try and bring on board. And that, if you can achieve that, then what else can you ask for, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's not just like obviously the Spook and Spirit Fest we've been part of, but also what sort of introduced us to, these different conventions was Parameet, and that's where we met Jacqueline. And Parameet is run by a guy called Neil Packer, and he's lovely, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's got, sadly, this is closing in April. We are going this weekend, though.
Yeah.
And he has a place called Haunted Antiques.
That's right. As a
Paranormal Research Centre in Hinckley.
Nice.
Yeah. Fantastic building. We've been a few times.
Some interesting times.
Some very interesting times there. Can't wait to go again. Yeah. And Parameet is something for the last couple of years we've attended, because they tend to be a couple through the year.
Yeah.
And he does like an award ceremony and things like that. And again, that is fantastic. It's a fantastic convention, and it's one that we've loved attending. And
it really
hopefully will do for many years to come.
Exactly. He's doing a roadshow this year, so he's dotting it around the UK. So again, he's doing different places, which is great.
That's fun. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I think he's literally up and down the whole of the UK with different locations. He also does Ghost Planet Network.
Ghost Planet Network, yeah.
Which again, it allows people with maybe a small reach of media programs or YouTube, where he airs that programs on Ghost Planet Network. So again, it enables people to sort of get their work out there, which is brilliant. And then the awards are quite good fun. Again, like a bit like the Golden Globes or the Oscars and that. They do like best evidence or best EVP or things like that. Which I think
that is clever. That's very clever.
Yeah. So again, for something like yourselves over a period of time, again, if you have a meetup, just people just sharing sort of like evidence or. We said like an open mic is quite good, because you might have dedicated speakers, but maybe just have half an hour for people that are maybe coming along, and they can talk about their experiences in front of people as well, which is, I think, always a good idea.
And we're actually up for an award, aren't we?
Well, yeah.
But we're we've not overly advertised the fact that we are, really, have we?
No,
We've not. We're just like,
We were surprised by it.
We were surprised.
Well, that's cool. Congratulations. You'll have to when you win.
Well, we'll see, but
it's good fun anyway, isn't it?
It's good
all
fun. It's just like, I think, yeah, it is part. Well, I think we're just like excited to attend, really, aren't we?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it's just nice to, because we've, like I say, we've made some really great friends, so we just like attending to just see everybody.
Yeah,
right.
And being nominated is a bonus.
That's it, and the after party events are quite good as well. Which,
exactly. I was gonna say that's really fun. I love that idea. That's a great concept, Chrissy.
Well, we had fancy dress. The last one was fancy dress, wasn't it? And that was good. Yeah. And you were Phantom of the Opera, and I was Christine.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool!
When is this supposed to happen?
Parameet is May.
Yeah.
21st of May.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's 20. No, it's not June. It's
June,
21st of June. Sorry, because it's summer solstice.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is 21st
We're going to be watching
June.
It, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's got a video display so you can see it happening if you want to, as it happens. So it should be good.
But we like to stay over at the hotel where it's on that, don't we?
Yeah.
And it's like a weekend thing. It's good fun.
Yeah, that's really. I think that's a great idea.
Do we have anything over here like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's something that should be started over here too as well, because
absolutely.
There's a lot of paranormal teams, as you know, in the US as well as the UK and of course other countries and stuff. So it'd be really nice to even happen in the US, because I never heard of one, and I think it'd be kind of nice to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even if you start in your own state and just slowly grow from there.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Local. Yeah, as it's got to
well,
start.
And that
somewhere.
would probably create a little bit more of a para unity in a sense too, I would think, because you're all kind of, in it together to win something or support each other, in that aspect. So I think that would be clever.
Exactly.
That would be nice.
Yeah, very clever.
And we also have, when you start to meet people, then you maybe need to go to a location. I think you may find yourself in the US is some locations can be quite expensive to get in, and if you're only a small team or a couple like us, then how are you going to afford some of the prices? So you need to buddy up with people and obviously investigate as a core. If they're big enough, then you can just spread around anyway and just keep rotating, and then you can share the experiences that you had in the different levels of the floor of the building. So we do that as well, don't we? So it's got so many positives if you can all work together and true.
And we've done that locally here with about 3 different teams. We've done a place called the Clifton Hotel where it was 3 teams that split it, because you want to stay overnight and it's a hotel and you buy the whole hotel out. So it makes sense to do it that way, share the expense and then share in the difference of evidence that you get, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you can hear a strange noise in the background, it's our cat. Meowing. Come in the room is meowing, but it'll probably.
Oh, it's cute. My dog went to sleep finally in her bed over here, so she was on my lap for a while.
Well, we've had one of ours at the vet's, haven't we, today?
Yeah.
So she's a bit sleepy because she had to have a procedure today, but she's a bit tired, isn't she? So she's snuggled up in her bed.
My dog is snug up in bed next to her sister. My daughter's laying in bed because she has to work overnight, so she kind of pooped out on us.
I know.
Oh, bless. But there's an idea for you ladies. Get your heads together and start a convention.
Yeah, really, seriously. Smart idea. I like that idea. Yeah, very much so.
There's a lot of conventions and everything, paracons and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of different types of ones in different parts of the country.
We're having the first, as I know it, a friend of ours is going to do one in April for Para Unity. I never heard of anything doing like an award show.
Yeah,
right. Anything. And that'd be something we can think about getting started, but I don't know where we can. So,
I know, exactly.
Cool. But this is the thing, though. We have some really big names here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's definitely a couple of, as I say, we've got obviously the bigger names as well, haven't we? That can draw an audience and probably draw the people out in the public that sort of because what we tend to find is that a lot of people in the community know there's an event going on. But when we talk about it just in passing to people, they always get excited to go, "Oh, you do paranormal? We find that really interesting. We love that."
So,
but we don't know about the inner circle of these meetings. So again, you might need the bigger names just to draw or capture people's attention or to advertise it, which really helps. And then you can get more footfall through, and then more people attending. Which again, it's a fine balance. It does take time.
Growing.
This summer for me personally, I'm going to be diving more into the paranormal. I used to do a lot of like paranormal lives on TikTok. But then I scare people away. Moment. It's really bad when people's talking to you the next day going, I can't do your lives anymore. So
Oh no.
Nico's my witness on that. That legit happened.
I think you need to like start.
I'm going to go to haunted bed and breakfasts because we do have a lot of haunted locations where we are. Then I'm going to go into Chicago at some point this summer, so I'm going to go to a haunted location there. I'm going to go live, and then I'm going to Salem, Massachusetts, and we're going to go live there too.
I think you need to do paranormal teams in states. And whoever is like, I'm not going to say the best because I hate to say one team is better than the other team.
I think the most
one who has
like, evidence.
Yeah, the one who has the most,
like they were saying,
evidence or something should like maybe win, and then we can
like,
go on
submit
to
your best evidence,
then
and
we-
we'll vote on that.
Then we should go on to from state to, all 50 states together.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, exactly.
Who is the most unique
Because I
paranormal
believe
team?
every team has something to bring.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think the hardest thing as well now is the evidence, is trying to prove the evidence as well.
Yeah.
That's
AI right now.
such
a
a
lot
difficult
and there's nothing wrong with this because we debunk as we go along. But you have a lot of like debunkers here in the UK.
Yeah,
I don't know if you do over there.
We do. Yeah.
Do you? So I know what you mean. So it's really hard to prove that what you've got
is something that's noteworthy, because on TikTok or on a video you've got maybe this is the highlight, so within a 5-hour investigation or a 3-hour investigation something happens for a minute or for 30 seconds. How do you put that 30 seconds on a TikTok? You go, that's great, and you'd be thinking, but that you just made that happen, but they don't know the other 4 hours of footage that
you were waiting
was waiting for that to happen, and the reason why it happened. And it's so difficult to put that across. But it's exciting when you do get that bit of footage, but to show it off and make it believable is really hard.
I think it's difficult on a platform like TikTok because TikTok's so instant, and it's like people are hooked from. You've got to hook. Well, the first few seconds, you've got to hook somebody in.
Right,
and that. Yeah, it's difficult.
And that's where the entertainment comes from. He says, make something happen, dance for me type of thing. Make something happen, otherwise I'm just going to scroll to the next person. So, and if you're sitting there and you're waiting for someone to call out in a quiet room and hear for a knock, as you say, there's just too much.
Because let's be honest, sometimes on a paranormal investigation, it can be very boring. It can be very cold. Depending where you are, and nothing can happen, and that is totally normal. But the general public don't understand that.
No, and it's true. And we had that conversation. I'm trying to remember with who that was. We just had this conversation with, it basically is, you have paranormal entertainment and paranormal investigations. There's the distinctive line in the center separating the two of them. So and if you know that you're watching entertainment, that's one thing. But the general public doesn't understand that, in some of these cases, when the entertainment side of it, because I've done shows and I know how long it is to sit and try to get evidence, and then they piecemeal it together to give you an hour or 45 minutes with commercials, you the entertainment you want. So it's boring. It is a very boring. You could be sitting there and for 5 hours and then finally get an EVP or get a talk or whatever it is, you know. So it's not as glamorous and entertaining as you see on TV.
Exactly.
And the lay people think that it's like, okay, you can demand them. Knock on the wall right now. It doesn't happen that way.
No, exactly.
So what I do, because I do TikTok lives, I don't go live. Like if I was doing like a paranormal investigation, I wouldn't go live until stuff starts happening.
Yeah.
And then I'll go live. And if you get any clips before then or after that, you can post that as content on your page later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when you go back,
this is what you guys missed. Sorry, you know.
Right.
Yeah, when you go into the studio, TikTok studio, and it does. Yeah, you do get your footage there, don't you?
No, definitely.
You have your footage that you can clip, and then you can post that too when stuff starts happening too, and you can use that for content too to bring more of an audience.
Yeah.
I'm not a TikTok person though.
And we find it as well, and we're starting to learn is you play around with the equipment you use as well. When you went onto TikTok, you felt there was a need to have this device.
We need to have it all.
You need to have everything just all display.
Everything's got to flash and beep.
Yeah, and I think we're starting now to sort of reduce our product, our range of kit that we have, the more reliable stuff, and ones with a little bit more maybe science behind it.
Sensors and just you know, because I think this is your greatest tool, really.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. And then if we do a 5-6 hour long investigation, then you can spend an hour just doing with a certain type of all the dolls out or all the trigger items out, or let's get every single electrical item out and just see what pings, but knowing that electrical items are quite sort of controversial, but let's just have a bit of fun, sit in the quiet for an hour and just listen. That's where you can just experiment and just see, and that's what I like doing. Is just like saying, well, why aren't all the electrical devices going off at the same time if they're that good? Or why is one saying one thing and one saying
it's really
the
strange,
other?
Like our bell.
We'll
show you it. It's still on.
Yeah.
It's not gone off since. So I mean, it was going off when I was talking about my dad.
Right.
Quiet now, and that is made from a fantastic gentleman called Andy Guy, and he's got a page called Skyatech. And Jacqueline loves his stuff as well. She's got a few bits, and that's called the EnviroBell. And there's a lot of teams now that have one, and that is one of our favourite pieces of kit. It does a bit of everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got the temperature change. It's hot and cold.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
it does all sorts.
So it picks up on sort of the EMF readings. If there's a change in sort of
electromagnetic field.
EMF.
Air pressure.
Yeah.
Temperature, hot and cold changes.
It has got a tilt switch in as well, so if it moves or vibrates in any strange way, it can act like what I suppose a cat ball can do,
and
as well.
The sort of colour around it.
Yeah, it changes colour as an indication.
It changes colour as an indication as to what it'll ding, but it'll flash up a certain colour. It's like that's the information about it. So this is like the different sort of colours it can change, and it's different reasons.
Yeah.
Look, I'm plugging it for him, but that's
I love one now.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he can.
He can probably ship over.
I bet he can ship
I just wrote it down.
So he's on
Facebook.
Facebook.
That's something you can just buy.
Yeah.
He makes them, and he goes around all these different events.
And a lot of research goes into all his equipment. He's a very clever.
He's a good guy to have on in the future if you want him to talk about tech and how he studies these results and why he sets up and creates gear. He's quite an interesting guy to have on in that respect as well. He does some.
That would be great.
Talks.
That would be interesting because that'd be a different aspect of the paranormal too as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend him. So we have that, and then we have something as simple as this little stress ball. We take a little stress ball with us, and we've had some amazing events with that, which we've captured on camera. Where
it's literally there's nothing.
There's nothing there. It doesn't ring. It's no batteries or anything. And we've put that on very hard, even, flat surfaces, and at times we've asked or called out and says, "Can you move the ball, please, for us?" And on occasions, the ball has moved.
Yeah.
After
being stationary for
a long time, so
20 minutes or more.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's the most simple thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I always tell people, don't overcomplicate it. You can
exactly.
Yeah. Well,
have you heard of My Haunted Hotel in Chester?
Say it again.
My Haunted Hotel in Chester. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's part of My Haunted Project because they have got My Haunted Manor in America.
Yeah.
Same
organisation, isn't it?
Same organisation. Yeah. But they've got it's called the King's Head in Chester. It's a very, 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 very old pub.
Yeah.
And that's one of the places in one of the bedrooms in there that is haunted by 2 spirit children.
Yeah.
Is it Billy and Sarah?
Yeah.
And
wow.
We had it moving in there,
like
on command. They were rolling it off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where else? A few places.
Matlock Baths, the theatre.
No, which is in Derbyshire.
In Derbyshire, we was on a big heavy marble table, circular table in a room. The room was closed off, all the doors, windows, everything was shut. We'd been in there for maybe half an hour with ourselves and maybe 8 other people. We'd moved around the table. I jumped up on the floorboards to make sure that they weren't causing any tremors on to cause anything to move.
It was a really quiet night.
Yeah, we weren't expecting anything to happen really, to be fair. And we sort of we'll have a bit of fun, which you do on a paranormal when it's quiet and you want to keep warm and that. So we all held hands around the table. We sang
Ring a Roses.
Yeah, the old Ring a Roses, but we did that
because we thought there were spirit children in the building. So.
Oh yeah, right.
And there was a lady there that hadn't been on a paranormal, so it was her first time. A few of us had been before, so we'd done that. We'd done Ring a Roses.
And we said, all just standing there, weren't we?
And they said, "Oh, well," jumped up and that, and again we said nothing happened, and then the lady said, "Oh, I just wish something would happen. I just wanted to come here and go away with some evidence. Like I wish the ball would move
or something." And then the ball.
And then everyone just looked down and the ball moved, and then it was like it just caught on camera. So we have got evidence.
It literally just starts rolling and then stops. Only like a really short distance.
Yeah, but the ladies like going, the ball, and
so
then
it didn't like roll off the table. It was literally like
just rolled a little bit.
Yeah, and then stopped.
Yeah, but
I love it.
Yeah, so it's things like that, which again, it's like you're there for 6 hours and just something like that happens.
And that makes you know something as little as that, but it's huge.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing.
Yeah, and the problem with us, again, compared to other people that you see on TV, is they scream and shout and then leg it out of the room and the camera goes all shaky and you can't.
Oh, yeah. It's demonic.
Exactly.
You have to remember it's demonic.
Exactly.
We just go, oh my God, wow, that's amazing.
Thank you for doing that. Do it again, please, if you can. But yeah, so we that's what you're there for. Why run away from something? You're there to sort of communicate.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
They've tried the best to do whatever to do so. So let's just hang around and just try and extend the conversation into.
I think that because we talked to Barry John about 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just before him going to New York.
We was talking about having like a paranormal from the UK panel, where we would have several teams to come on to talk about different locations in the UK, right, surrounding area. Because I think that's how I got your name, so it's from him. Mm-hmm. So we'd love to have you back on with Barry.
Yeah.
And probably Jacqueline, because I know she's coming on. And then we have another team that we are close to in the UK, the Dark Side Spirit Seekers too, as well in Lincolnshire.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not too far for us.
Yeah, that's just down the road.
I think it'd be really interesting to compare notes, because we did one in the USA to compare notes and everything. So I think to have everybody know about another country doing the same thing, how they do it.
That sounds fun. Yeah, it makes sense. It'd be interesting to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We'd out of that.
Yeah, because everybody does it differently. Obviously, the different type of histories that you've got in America compared to the UK, and the buildings you've got there, and obviously the background of what the place is about is different as well, isn't it? So again, how you approach something, knowing that type of thing, and how you interact and the results you get is definitely something. Yeah, we'd be interested in. And how we do
definitely.
it. Yeah.
I know Barry just got back from New York City.
Yeah,
so I know he's sleeping. So I'm sure he'd be watching later. So something that we probably have contact you guys probably May or June to see if we can,
because we can do like a UK panel.
Yeah,
that would be really
that's
cool.
what we talk about. UK.
Yeah, that's what we would like to do. Yeah, just do like a whole UK panel. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be fun. Do you guys? Quick question I was going to ask you. Do you find that a lot of in your travels, are you finding a lot more people going back to basics on their paranormal equipment? Because I've found that there are more and more people that are kind of like getting away from the paranormal equipment, and they're getting back to, like you said, you're the equipment, and then even to the point of like just using an EVP or dowsing rods, to really just get back to the basics and just.
I don't think they are here.
I think you've got
some.
You've got two ways. I think either people go heavily into the tech, I think, and because they're wanting to show something,
right?
And whatever gets shown, they have to try and relate it to where they are. I think that's difficult. I think, and I sit a bit uncomfortable with that everything that comes through on a device has to mean something relating to where you are.
It's paranormal, right? Yeah.
No, but as you say, I think people are starting to maybe shy away from that, and maybe because it's
some people.
And I feel on AI is probably everything's AI, or you've got to be really careful. So if you go back to basics where AI doesn't really come into play as much, then you've got more of a believable platform to be coming from, I think. As you say, you've got non-electronic items, where they say we've got some dolls here. They're quite natural. They're just trigger items. Are they just putting them in a room and then you just do things in a natural way? Is it something in a room's causing it? Is it not? Is it we've got like old vintage telephones or a teddy bear or something that's related to the period of activity that may be going off in that room? Maybe that's causing something to happen, but it's more natural. It's in a natural state, isn't it? And I think, as you say, using that as your base point. And your starting point is a lot better than coming out with all your gadgets first. I think definitely. I think that's where we approach it. But I think you've got a very broad spectrum across the UK, and probably in America you do have a very wide sort of way of doing things. And but I think we're starting to go a little bit more. Let's go from basic principles and then work outwards. Then
you can kind of add to it if you needed to. So I see that. And again, the same thing here in the United States. I mean, we have the people that are dead set techies and they've got all their equipment, and then you've got those that are a little naturalistics, as I call them, where basically in a nutshell, it's if it's a voice recorder, a medium, dowsing rods, but it's basically in a nutshell, it's just using
sight, sounds, and feel. Exactly.
You're a powerful tool.
Absolutely.
Because like we know ourselves, there's a couple of places, like there's one close to us, Priest Cottage in Leeds, with FX Paranormal girls that run that. And I go into a room, every time I go in this particular room, all the hairs on my arms stand up.
Every single time. It's weird.
I can't explain it. I'm not scared of the room. I don't find anything wrong with it, but there's something with that room, and it doesn't happen to everybody. But for me, I get a feeling from going in there, and I can't explain why, but it's interesting to know that you're doing that. That's going on. And then we go into another room, and we got it's meant to be the nursery, so there's building blocks.
The Victorian ones, they're made of
like lead, well not lead, but they're sort of stone, aren't they? Stone blocks. Like ceramic stone. So they've got a little bit more weight than a wooden block. But then so you build them up into a little sort of like tower. And then you go and wander off, or you sit in a corner and wait, and then every so often we just get knocked over or something's occurred and caught on camera.
It's the amazing thing about that location, and that happens. It doesn't happen for everybody. which is unusual. So we sort of look at it as why is that happening?
Yeah. Right.
Is that definitely paranormal? We think it is. Well, I think it is. Because it doesn't happen for every team that goes there. Mm-hmm. So if it was something that was happening within the building, vibrations or something, it'd happen every single time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
Correct. Yeah.
I feel like though with different spirits, though, they're more comfortable with some people, and some people they just want
Well, exactly.
Not every spirit's going to open up to every team.
Yeah,
exactly.
We have a device, don't we, made by Andy Guy, who made the EnviroBell, and it's called an empath. And it's a word bank.
Yeah.
But it's also got like the light on where it picks up on, EMF and other things as well. And that location that we're talking about, because we are friends with FX Paranormal, who run that location, so we've been in that building a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they think obviously the resident spirits that reside there recognise us or are getting to know us.
Yeah, as you were saying, get to know.
Now this device, it was the first time we were using it.
Yeah, I turned it on literally for the first time in anger, I suppose, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was in the room that Jamie was talking about that makes his hair stand on. And I personally never really feel anything in that room.
No.
And we turned the device, it'd been on a while, and it was like, saying odd words, like, I don't know, but sometimes there's not really significance with word banks, it just...
Right.
Just random
words. And I called out, we've actually got this clip on video, and we've not put that on TikTok, but it was part of our talk.
Yeah, we need to, don't we?
So we should really put it on social media, because we haven't,
no,
because I swear. And I call out and I'm like, I say, who's here? Who's in this room with us? And immediately the word bank says Ruth.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Without a pause, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's just like immediately. And I swear.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what? And it's done it again there. It's the only, it did it at the lodge the other week.
It's done it at the lodge.
But it did it for a second time on another visit to that building, but in a different room, and it said my name again.
Yeah.
And it's never said my name whenever we've used that device anywhere else apart from this week.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we've been. So it's interesting again, and I know with electrical devices, there's no harm in playing around with them, but as I say, don't take them overly serious. But then try and understand when something does happen, what has gone on. I suppose.
Right.
We were at a folly in the UK close to us called. Hooper Stand, isn't it? Which is, it has got a little bit of history when you read up in a local area. Like, is it worship? No, is it paganism?
Yeah, witchcraft.
Witchcraft around the site and that, and there's like a wood close by, which I tend to wander off in pitch black and leave you behind. But we did that a couple of times, and I wandered off into the woods. But we split screened on TikTok, so I was doing my thing, and you were doing yours, and talking back at like the main entrance of this triangular folly. And I think you were saying, what can you?
I was saying, if there's any spirits here, can you go and follow Jamie into the wooded area, and say. Because we had our friend Steve with us, and say either one of our names, say either Ruth or Steve. Mm-hmm. Didn't really think anything of it, and then people in the live were saying, "It's just said your name on Jamie's device," and you were a distance away. It wouldn't be able to hear what we were saying. It was too far away.
Because I was playing music, I was playing like Tiptoe Through the Tulips and stuff in the trees, and
all
things
we could
like
see
that.
was
I love it.
in the distance is torchlight. And then you came back, didn't you, after a while? And I said, did it say? And you said, yeah, it did. It said your name. And I said, we're standing there talking. You still had it running, didn't you?
Yeah, it's still going.
And we're talking away, and I'm like, I can't believe it said my name. And then all of a sudden it said, it said Ruth was wounded.
Ruth was wounded,
and I'd just recently had an operation in hospital. And then it said wife, and we were like, what?
Wow, I love it.
Words back straight after each other as well. So
that was strange.
Yeah, and then on another occasion, I did the same thing. I was in the woods and then I came back, and then I think while I was away, it said my mum's name, which was Winifred.
Which is not which is a
strange. and I never used to call me, well, even when I talk to you, I never call her Winifred, my mum Winifred. I just call her my mum.
Yeah.
And then my brother Gary as well, and both of them have passed now. They've passed away quite a while back, but they came out in the same sort of time period as well, and it felt weird.
I mean, on the device, it was like there was a small gap in between each, but they were like, you know,
and it's
on the same thread, I suppose you'd say.
And it's on aeroplane mode. It's not. We put it on aeroplane mode. We don't connect it to Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or anything like that. So it's like, why on earth would it come out with those names and things like that? And never done it since, and it's just strange. And I think I can understand why people can sort of get hooked, but you just got to be sensible with them as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to play with them, just be sensible and just not take everything as fact. So.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But we got to wrap this up.
I know we've waffled on, so sorry.
But we will have you guys on again. You know, with Barry, and hopefully Jacqueline would come on again when she comes on, you know, next month as well.
Yeah.
And because I think it'd be really interested to talk about the UK paranormal.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, nice.
But to the audience, I just want to say subscribe, share, and like, and look up the Paranormal Truth on the website is down below, scrolling below. It's also in the comments. So look them up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because they do have one.
We're going to start adding more material. Yeah, we've got some material we can go through and start adding, but we just need to. We want to present it better than just being a lat. We need to sit down and introduce it. And it takes time, doesn't it? As you know,
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm just down for a few minutes, and thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And blessings to everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.